OKFM 101.7.
Professor Kobby Mensah, a lecturer, University of Ghana Business School. Prof Mimwache.
Mejudo, Micho in Anna, Mr. in our studio.
And check crowd, Obasa Babaye,
I'm a PhD.
Aha. Dr. Akosia Guaboji, Ebekopa. Now, Prof. Fallout of the elections, of course, MPP more Akoyi flag bearer. Na a DM for Nini and a track extra yen.
Well, in for the P, but couldn't able to me doing there. The MPP party in paying for the work there. Bawumia no your best candidate. I think the demo for party nagasa nebe the chief actual and the onyana kwara. Why am I saying that? SEFA election results. They be there. Politics or politics in general, a coalition of forces. In the political party. You tend to see blocks of people. That every was the Mahama block, another Kufuor block, and a Rolling block. All right, these are pillars of power. War political party. And most of the time, say the election, even the pillars of power, they coalesce around certain candidates. Extensively, in this MPP flag bearership. The most of the current structures of power or party, they coalesce around Vice President Bawumia. Internet, most people call the establishment on Bawumia's side because almost every current active prominent MPP, political person was endorsing for Bawumia. Those you didn't hear, actually they didn't voice out in public. And those in parliament, very notable parliamentarians were endorsing Bawumia and at the Bawumia's camp. So these are coalitions of power, coalitions of interest. Now, so the power scene was only 61%. That means that you have a reduced legitimacy. Because Anka, Chairman Sabonsu, Napo, and Wana mo, only now, Wobo will see there, you are the best. We should have seen a very huge percentage. Awangasa one research showed that he was going to have 75% and above, and any poll that would suggest below 75 on your credible poll.
Wow.
The actual poll came out and it's 61%. What does that tell you? It tells you that the entire MPP base is not happy. Now, if you have...
But Prof, may anyone know such a message about the community already, it should be said. Right from 1992, Edubuahin, Kufuor, Adanko Kufuado, Ebepim, Wamusuninano, Obieni Wanya sa higher votes than the Bawumia in the just recently held elections. To say,
now, I interrogated them as a American. I know. I appear a research interrogate what he said.
Okay.
It is never true. Because Eshe Nankasa Bawumia Nankasa ne strength. Yemfande unbundle 61%, Chairman Sabons Nazi Onam one Dintonia unbundle it and determine Bawumia Nankasa strength in that the contribution to that 61%. You realize that he's even getting between 15 to 20% or less. So if you have a party leader significantly rejected by the party people, how would you be able to manage the party? So I call it reduced legitimacy. I don't want to say that it's illegitimate leadership because that would be unfair. But significantly reduced legitimacy he has in the party because of the Oseya while Bonana still in 61%. Let's take a second issue. significantly, people had been seen saying that what can Skansana will vote. What does that tell you? The apathy in MPP party, its base itself, is massive. That's why the only motivator is for them to receive money and to vote. So, the base of the party's observation and an invitation there, party is why as the government into Yansan vote in flag and Kawonko, because they know that the party has failed in government. So, the vision of the so-called the preferred candidates, in Ankofu believe in Ankawonko. It took 400 cities and 300 cities knowledge that they will be sharing this money for people to go to the polls. And TV cameras showed Nkofu in the Aswaka So ask yourself, what was the motivating factor for the people to have gone to the polls? Without that, we would have seen a drastic turnout for this election that is below, that is 94%. This 94% is a mask, motivated by the knowledge that they were sharing money. And yet the man came huge apathy. It would be demonstrated at the polls. So it tells you that people aren't happy. I'm telling you, I have always said that the most credible candidate MPP could have presented to this country, if they think about this country, would have been Alan Chematin. And I have not I haven't actually hidden that.
But Alan Chematin,
that's the point I'm making. That's why it translated into what happened. Mostly is because why we need to correct him. So the people are disappointed and demonstrated their disappointment in the kind of voting we saw. That's the meaning of it. Because Sanka people who believe there was a candidate that will feel appropriate for the country. And Kebun won the numbers. They'll be tripping. But you had to nudge them with money before they came to the polls. What does that tell you?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's disgraceful for a country to have, a government to have actually failed to that level, and to make sure that you can package something that you know deep down is not true, to shove it under the throat of the people using money. That's very, very disgraceful democracy, and we have to be saying it because in Kofu genetic, I want to say claim the magical politician. Nobody would accept that he's been paid money to vote, or I'm going to pay money. It was even you today. I just for vote. Another politician back there.
Sure.
For vote. It was unheard of. Right down to it had been unheard of for people to claim the magiska in the TV though. And I 400, 300. Their faces are there, locations where they are completely conspicuous. What is the EC doing? What are the security agencies doing? The political party and people, what are they saying?
Say a TNT. Say no more come.
People Ghana ha about transportation or 700 cities. And even
if you go for flights.
God save this country, honestly.
Now, Mami, you were Alan Chematin candidature as independent candidate. How would he fare? 2024.
I think the answer lies in what we have been hearing in this country. I am sure that Wangasa, after the people have said that they needed a third force. People more than ever had been asking the question whether apart from MPP and DC. It had been so prominent in recent conversation that as a youth for one space where baby was on space were X and our Twitter. A lot of the times when they organize these spaces, I go and listen. A lot of the time, there are young people asking, would there be a third force? Can there be a third force? I'm a student. There will be some. Say, is there possibility of a third force? Is there a possibility? There is a crave more than ever because of the continuous disappointment of this country. Now, they say 18 months will be changing in Singapore. Singapore is yet to me. So people are completely disappointed, and they keep
Prof,
on lying.
And yes, I want to disappointed.
And as I'm saying, Singapore, 18 months. Also, Singapore. Bawumia to me saying, in 2 years of their time, toilet it would not be something that places would need. Another over want, like the water will be, toilet will be toilet will be. I don't know to me. So continuously, these politicians have lied to us. They've deceived us, and they've taken us to a level where people now saying that, can we get a different force? So what I'm trying to tell you is that Alan Chamante's candidate is a very dynamic and very tricky one for the political party. If indeed during the campaign he can demonstrate that he will be something different from what we have experienced, and he would have evidences to show people that indeed I will be different, mark it on the wall and see what will happen in this country.
But
people are completely disappointed.
Prof, I would like to say traditionally Ghanaians generally vote on partisan lines.
One of them tradition, it's socialization.
Okay.
There is nothing embedded in our lives there. You vote on traditional party line. It is socialization. Over the period, we made sure that CPP doesn't become powerful, because obviously PNDC, when they banned the political parties and then they open it, CPP were kind of share. Uncle say, and the man CPP would have been a very strong party today, isn't it? In the CPP in the history, right? So it is not like forgiving there you vote on political line. It's because consistently the country has not witnessed any perceived capable candidate. They resign their fate to the two parties. If there is a perceived credible, competent candidate, they can change the tide. So it is not for a given there we vote on party line. No, it's not a truth, because we haven't had any images. And I make example. All those people who emerged as independent candidate or work for me anybody, they were not serious people. People didn't find them to be any serious, a candidate. That's why people had been voting it. And I keep saying that it is not true that these political parties control 40%. They say it too. Actually, the trend of voting in this country, people move from one party to the other depending on their disappointment. It is not true that they have a staple 40% each. That's not true. They just say it to
2024. The candidature of Bawumia for the MPP, and then Mahama for the NDC, NFA independent candidate Ira Lanchamatin. Projections be.
I mean, I don't project until I have done a study on this stage. But the research I had in the past, I can fall on that. Majority of times when we have done research, you will see a swing. Between Mahama and then Alan Chamanten. Consistently, we have seen people choosing Mahama and Alan Chamanten in those studies. MPP candidates Bawumia don't. Now, but I've told you, look, people make choices based on their foreknowledge. Say a quarter what you see. You have a foreknowledge about them what you sell. Other that an advert, other that is no this there. Lazy banyedo, another one can say experience. On this in econo. I said Nippon econo, one can say I taste this man with the abubawum on yet. Next time I better not call you. Munko. Of course. Unless watch maybe the benefits of the dad, they be experiencing watches, they be a banner, we changing it. But I didn't answer Bawumia and Akufa de Sido. Onchari be a recency theory. Never welcome us will be a sky train 1 year, will be see airport and a Cape Coast for 1 year. In some okay now, about $2 to prison 1 year. Very, very recent issues. Would you think that we change?
About $2 or to prison, but since economy number well pay.
Okay, if you are to work and the should be a business.
And another tangent in say, what was the constitution? So you're vice president, you do everything in the stead of the president. President, your constitution so prescribe a bia emma the vice president. These are the president and the person who you. And so one baby muntimi obi antim famono. It was say he will pursue his own vision. As me to say.
And so the nangas wakabi saying the I'm saying. And so do there. Why the black stars overboard? You better start so you be according to Pempe, I start the permutation. Oh, it's yes, you want you lose that. You ever qualify. I brand a president economic wizard and overcatching in the constitution is the only important as a vice president.
I'm the one
I feel never catching the constitution and more with media. Time and another man once a day, economic wizard. Now you're putting a radio station, Mukunde, or a very knowledgeable economist. Did you explain to us the constitution on outline Legitimacy? Not just that. You were saying the air permutation, black star behavior. We are always on top. Until then, you lose first match, second match, then if you okay, so Guinea loser, 9 years Shawana, you will qualify. That's the permutation now is up to us doing it. Why do you want to do that permutation?
I see. Now, it's not just that the battle lines are drawn between Alan and then Mahama come 2024 elections.
Mr. There, the attitude of Ghanaians going forward, we are just about doing polls. Now that at least all the candidates are set, I mean, for most of the key actors, we will start conducting polls to see the preferences and the expectations of Ghanaians. I can come out with a much better, particulars and briefing on that. But from what we have gleaned so far in our previous polls, it is the choices Mahama and offendant Alan Chamante. But I don't think that people are really thinking about him now.
Hey, Prof, you better say.
Mr. Meda.
Yes, I say Professor Kobby Mensah, a lecturer, University of Ghana Business School, and I educate and common was say as for Veep Bawumia, the people are not thinking of him now, but a year between Mahama and Yura Alan Chirematin.
OKFM 101.7.